everybody. Welcome back to another What If Wednesday. Today's subject is does what?
Who does what?
Or who does who?
Who does what? Who does who?
Yes. First on my list is who does what. So join us today to find out what each of us does to help around the RV in our RV lifestyle.
Sunsets like a tangerine. Let's find a road we've never seen. Life is short, make it sweet.
Okay, I'm going to start. Number one on my list, like I said, is I do Tom.
Why do you think I smile all the time?
I take care of him, make sure that he's doing okay, and just, what he needs. He takes his pills on time.
Oh my gosh.
That he's wearing his knee brace. Drive him to appointments. So I take care of Tom. Make sure he's drinking enough water, all that good stuff. So that's the first item on my list, the top priority, right? We got to take care of each other first.
Number one.
Also, I do the majority of the cleaning, dusting, vacuuming, cleaning the bathroom. Sometimes you will help with that. That's actually how he hurt his knee, was he was vacuuming. He managed to hurt his knee vacuuming, yes.
Don't ask.
Yeah, I think it was a plan. So I do most of that stuff. I also do the laundry and the cooking, the dishes, the meal planning. When we go grocery shopping, we both kind of go. There are times when I'll go, especially if we're boondocking somewhere. He will stay with the trailer and the kids, and I will go and get the grocery shopping done. Otherwise, he'll come too. And, Tom's got his list. I have other ones on here, but we'll switch over to see what Tom does.
Okay, one of the big things that I do to help with our RV life is I do the travel planning. She has a lot of input, but I do the majority of the travel planning. Which way we're going, where we're going to stop. I look for fuel stations along the way, and then I pull them up on Google Earth to make sure if we're hitched that I can get the trailer in and out. Most of the time we go to truck stops now because we have that EFS gas card, the TDS, EDF, EFS gas card.
Whatever it is.
Whatever they've changed it to. But the travel planning is a very, very big thing that I do, and I spend a little bit of time. I don't spend lots of time doing that like some folks do because we don't stay at RV parks a lot of the time.
Yeah, the first year you did a lot of planning.
There was a lot of planning because everything was in an RV park. But now that we're not in RV parks, any old wide spot in the road, if we have to stop, we stop. It's not that big of a deal. I take care of all the bills, all of our online bills, all of our insurance stuff. I do all of that. I handle it all. I do have notes so she can find them if something were to happen, and then she could just take over after that. It's very easy, but I do take care of all of that stuff. Most of the time, I'm in charge of Bear. I take care of her walks, whether it's morning, midday, late afternoon, early evening, and nighttime when we go for walks to go potty and dump the kids off at the dirt pile or whatever. I take care of Bear most of the time, pretty much. What else you have?
I have that I do the pet feeding. So even though he does most of the walking of Bear, which I will do, I get the pet food, and Tom helps with that too, with the feeding. But Kaylee, ever since we've had her, she has been used to eating every couple of hours. So sometimes in the middle of the night, she comes to wake me up to feed her.
She'll paw like this. And I know that because when she's gone for a couple nights to her mom's house and I'm stuck with both of them, Kaylee's like this every hour to hour and a half in the middle of the night. And wake up, feed me, clean my box.
If you don't pay attention, you'll get a nip. It's like, okay. But also, she likes to have her box cleaned after every time. She won't go back into it. Well, she's like
real. She's like this little female human.
She's a princess.
She is.
So
oh my gosh. She goes,
will
you guys
go
flush
again.
your toilet after every time. Clean my box.
Yep. She
She's
will
picky.
go again if she has to.
She's very
but
picky.
She's not happy about it. She'll come and tell you. I also take care of watering the plants. We have a few plants. We had more, but last summer was so hot we lost some of them. But I do take care of the plants, get them watered. I do kind of the organization of things and keeping the lists and just to make things a little bit easier and to move smoothly. And also take care of like the cards, making cards and sending them to people for their birthdays and anniversaries and that sort of thing. So that's something else that I take care of. I make the bed right after we get up. I make it immediately. I'm very
Meticulous
Meticulous
about it.
about
Do you
that.
guys make your bed every day, or you just get up and just leave it? A lot of people do.
Yep. I was brought up that way. You get up, you make your bed. And
Yep.
it just helps make everything look neater and nicer if even just the bed is made. I keep track of our prescriptions. As you get older, sometimes the prescriptions start
Piling up.
piling up and vitamins and all that kind of stuff. So I take care of that. Keep track of getting those, let him know when he needs to reorder his, and doling them out for our week and our little, our old people Sunday through Saturday, little pill boxes. But I do all of that stuff. So what's next on yours?
I've got my online consulting business with radio work. I take care of all of that. I take care of the outside of the RV, the rig. I inspect it. I look for cracks in the seals all the time. Any type of RV maintenance, I try to take care of. As soon as I find a crack, I try to patch it up with Dicor or whatever it needs to be.
He's constantly walking around looking at every little thing.
Always checking the seals, the tires, the roof line, the roof itself. I'm constantly inspecting it.
Yeah, yesterday, first of the month, he goes around
Yep.
and tightens all the screws.
Just
To make sure, because things rattle and get loose as you're driving down the road. We still need to do the inside, but he got
Yeah.
all of the outside stuff done. If I come across something in the house, like on the cabinet doors or something, I'll just go ahead and tighten it then.
But you'll be surprised. I found probably at least 6 or 7 major screws that were loose that needed to be tightened again, retightened. So you always have to check, and that's one of the things that I do. That's just one of them.
We even have it on our calendar that on the first of the month is to go around tighten screws.
Every month,
If you
it's
can't
there.
remember, or there's some kind of little maintenance thing that you need to do, put it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a calendar on their phone, and you
Yep.
can set reminders. And that seems to work for us
Yep,
anyway.
It does. I also take care of all the electronics, right?
Yep, you take care of all the electronics, all of the Wi-Fi's and
Computers, the
computers.
laptops. I take care of her phone, if it needs to be updated or something like that. And most of the time it'll automatically download, but a lot of stuff, I've got it on my calendar. I always check and take care of it.
Yeah, you do the backup of the computers and all that kind of
I
stuff.
take care of the propane tanks, make sure that we always have full propane tanks. We always have a spare. I take care of driving.
Yeah,
All
you
the
do all the
driving,
driving.
basically.
Yep.
She can drive and pull the rig. In an emergency, yes, that
Yeah.
can happen.
Yep.
So-
Granted, it wouldn't be backing into a site or anything like that. It would be for emergencies,
Yeah.
emergency only, and I would go where I needed to
Yeah,
go. But
she can drive it.
I
Bottom line.
watch him meticulously
Yeah.
about what he does, how he does it, and so
So it
I'm
can
pretty
be done.
confident that I could do it in a case of an emergency.
What else do you do?
Well, I do my bookkeeping work.
That's right.
So I have that. I was working for my sister. She cut back quite a bit and gave me a few of her clients, and so now I handle those on my own. Well, I still get her help and the CPA's help. And now I am starting to work for the CPA while we're here. I'm going to go in a day or two a week for a few hours and help him out with some stuff.
One of the other things that I do is I take care of all of our social media platforms, the videos that you see, I edit. We record them together, of course, but the editing, the production, and all that stuff falls on me, on my lap and my laptop. I do
That's-
ask for her input on a lot of the videos. Hey, what if I put this in here? Or what if I move this over
Right.
here? I'll ask her before I ever post anything.
But that's your hobby.
That's a
too.
hobby. It's not a job.
Like my card making is my hobby, or jewelry or whatever, crocheting is my hobby. The YouTube production is his hobby.
It is, and it's fun for me to do. And then I also take care of our
merch.
shirts, our merch,
The
our
merch,
Tom and
yeah.
Lori merch,
Yeah.
which is online at bonfire.com. But I take the shirts, I come up with the little slogans and stuff for the front of the shirts,
Design
you know, and design them and then post them up there. But that's one of the other things that I do.
So when we travel, a lot of times we each have our things that we need to do.
Inside and outside.
Inside and outside. And you'll come to find a lot of women take care of the inside and the guys take care of the outside. And that's kind of with us too.
Same thing.
Yeah, we help each other though with certain things. So like my part of the inside is making sure that everything is put away, that everything's out of the slides way to come in, packing up the kitchen, packing up the dishes and pans and stuff. And that's changed a lot over the years. Now I kind of keep things stored in an easier manner so I don't have to repack everything like I used to. Oh, it used to be a big major ordeal. Just don't do that anymore. But I take care of disassembling and reassembling our bed. We've mentioned before, if you've watched us for any length of time, that we have a Sleep Number Select Comfort bed, and we have to take it halfway apart in order to travel.
And the reason is because it is a residential bed, not one made for the RV.
Right, I think we still would have to do that.
They're
even if
different.
it
They're
was-
totally different. I've looked at the insides of them.
Oh, have you?
Online. They're
Okay.
different.
Well, there are air chambers.
Yeah.
So we have to disconnect the hoses and let the air out of them because our closet slide comes in and the bed has to come up. And even the switch for the slide is underneath the bed platform. So our bed has to come up and this comes in. So our bed is too thick to go up and too heavy for it to go up and stay up. So I have to unzip the cover and flip the cover and a foam pad over, and that's kind of about it. And then,
Getting back to the bed switch to bring the slide in, putting it underneath the bed, I would love to meet the human who thought that up and just shake their hand, because that was such a great idea.
well,
It's a great place for it. Under the bed.
I think it is because.
What do you mean? It's under the bed.
Because you have to raise that, and that's one way. You're not bringing that slide in and hitting the bed. If you. No, I think it's a.
I want to shake his hand.
Okay.
Or her hand.
I think it was a smart idea. I'm the one that deals with it. I think it was a smart idea to have it there. Anyway, and then when we get to
What else
where
do you do?
I put the bed back together
Oh,
again.
yeah, that's true.
So, and people will say, "Why do you go through all that much trouble?" It's comfortable.
Oh my gosh, one night sleeping on it, that's why.
Yep. Taking Bear's room down. Bear's kennel. We call it her room. She loves her room. If it's not up, she walks around like, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to lay? I want my room. So we call it her room, and I'm the one that takes it down. We keep plants on top of it when we're set for a while. And
It's
so
like almost a counter extension is what it is.
It is. I've got a board that goes on top of it, a shelf board, and it looks nice, and it gives us a little place to put a couple plants and some pictures, and Bear loves it. Gives her a roof over her head. I tie down the cabinets. Some of our cabinets, they're all on the struts, and just for safety's sake, if I can tie them together or tie them down, I do. You never know if you're going to hit something or have to turn sharp, and things will come flying out of those cabinets.
Well, hopefully we're not going to hit something. You mean like a bump in the road?
Like a bump in the road, yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean crash into something. Hit a
Like
bump. Hit
We're
a
going
bump.
to hit something. Get out of the way! I'm coming through!
This big colossal trailer's coming at you. And then I, monitor the slides coming in. We both, I don't know how somebody just pushes a button. I don't like the trailers that everything comes in at once, because we're very anal about watching each slide. He watches the outside of it go in.
And the reason we do that is because we had those slide issues in the very beginning, and you can go back and watch those videos, but we are just so
particular
about our slides
Yeah.
and making sure they come in straight. So
making sure they
we're
come in
always
straight
watching.
and okay, and that there's nothing in the way.
We never bring them in without somebody watching on the outside and then the other person on the inside.
It's just
That's
how
just
we
us.
do it, and we use our walkie-talkies.
Yep.
So that's kind of what I do to get ready.
And on the outside, what I do is I make sure that everything is put away. You know, if we happen to have any hoses out, I make sure every water hose, sewer hose, electric cord, power cords, everything is put away the right way. I watch the slides going in, making sure they're okay. And then on the inside, I do help her a little bit. I go and I put away all the electronics and make sure that the TV is strapped down, everything is unplugged. From the 110 outlets, we don't leave anything plugged in, everything is unplugged, and then we cover our TV in a really soft blanket and then Velcro it, strap it down to the wall so it doesn't flop around.
Yeah.
I believe that's all I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like only a little bit, but he also goes around and checks the tire pressures on all of the trailer tires and the truck.
Always check your tire pressures. You should be doing that every time before a trip. Everybody should be doing that.
Yep. So when we go to like a dump station, we do it all together.
Yeah, we actually do.
We help each other. We do it all, the whole thing together. When we're in quartzsite, we watch people, and the guy gets out, and the chick just stays in the truck, just da 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 da, and it's like it goes so much faster.
And they don't wear gloves.
And they don't wear gloves. I know people just wash their hands, but you don't have that available. Anyway, we wear gloves. That's our sanitary thing that we're picky about. So that's that. And then things that we both do. We put the outside stuff away. We usually do it the day before that we travel, putting all the chairs away. I clean the grill and get it packed up and put away. I picky about that too. I clean out all of the crumbs and stuff. It goes in a plastic bag and it goes in the basement. We don't want to attract anything into our basement with our grill being yucky. We put the bird feeders away, roll up our mat, clean it all off and get it put away. And we do all of that the day before. That way we don't have to, we're not doing that.
Everything's ready on travel day. All we got to do is hitch up. We get her list out and we go through steps to hitch up, and then we hit the road and we're gone.
Yep. But we like to get as much done the day before as possible.
Yeah.
So those are kind of all the things that are our duties, our chores, our things that we do.
Who does what?
Who does what? And that's what we do. What he does, what she does.
If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and share it out with your friends, and let us know some of the things that you guys do. Do you split your duties up like that? Or do you just kind of not know what you're doing and just throw stuff together and hitch up and go?
Just willy-nilly.
Yeah. Let us know. We want to know in the comments below. We hope you liked this video.
Thank you so much for watching. See
See ya.
Take your banner and raise it to the sky.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another What Up Wednesday. Today our subject is who does what. So
It should be who does more.
no, because I think it's pretty equal.
I think so too.
We each have our things to do and our who to do.
I like that one.
That's number one on my list.